Yo guys, Codelife here. So in today's video, we're going to be checking out a few pro player updates that have went down this week. We firstly got Bugha, who's decided to 1. Return to an old favourite mouse of his, and 2. He's also decided to make the full switch to using a mouse side button as the mouse bind for his wall. That's right guys, he's finally gone and done it, and you'll all see that specific mouse bind very shortly. As well as those updates from Bugha though guys, we've got Martoz, who's literally just shared on Twitter the secret stretched resolution that he reached 50k points in arena using. And we've also got Zexrow, who's gone ahead and done the same as Bugha pretty much. He's returned to an old favourite mouse of his. And yeah guys, as you all heard right there, we have got a canny few updates to get through today. So if you do enjoy these updates, be sure to let me know by leaving a like on today's video, subscribing to the channel if you are new, and using Codelife in the Fortnite item shop if you would like to support me directly. By using my code guys, whenever you do purchase any skins or other cosmetics, you'll all be helping me out a ton, and it really would be appreciated. But yeah, let's now start the video off and we'll check out Zexrow New Mouse first. So for Zexrow New Mouse, he previously was using the Logitech G Pro Hero, which is a wide mouse, for quite some time. However, just last night on stream, he's gone and actually returned to the mouse he was originally using before the G Pro Hero, and that mouse is the Logitech G Pro Wireless. That's a mouse guys that he has returned to, and I know that this is going to come to a surprise to most of you out there. The reason why this will be a surprise is because if you do remember my old video that I did covering Zexrow's mouse, you'll all know in that video I went into so much detail of why he did switch from the G Pro Wireless to using the Logitech G Pro Hero, and with all those reasons that I went over, it's pretty much impossible to think that he would ever go back. Like, it would have to be a very good reason, which is probably what you guys are thinking right now. You guys are probably thinking there has to be a really good reason behind this change. Like, literally no one goes from using a mouse with a completely different shape that fits their hand better to going back to a mouse that didn't fit their hand that great at all. Like, that's the reason why he switched in the first place. Well guys, because of that thing what I've just explained right there, that's essentially what happened with Zexrow. For some reason, and I don't know why because he hasn't said yet on stream, he went back to the G Pro Wireless, and I think it's because he might have been testing out a unreleased version of this mouse, specifically the Logitech G Pro Wireless Mini. That's right guys, I know it might sound crazy, but I do truly think that. The reason why guys is because if you didn't know already, it looks like Zexrow's been testing out a current unreleased mouse by Logitech, aka his sponsor. I think he's been testing this out for about a month or so now, as that sort of command that's in his chat has been in there for a while. Well, until yesterday, as I've been told guys, that yesterday in his stream, he finally stopped using that mouse that he's been testing out for Logitech, and he decided to go back to not his G Pro Hero that you'd all imagined he would have returned to, but instead, for some reason, I don't know why, he decided to go back to his Logitech G Pro Wireless, which this mouse in particular guys, I don't think he's used in months. Like, as you all know, he has been using the Logitech G Pro Hero instead. Unfortunately, Zexrow didn't say specifically why he switched back to his G Pro Wireless, but to me guys, as all this is sort of panned out, it looks to me like that's a dead giveaway that we could be seeing a potentially smaller or mini version of the G Pro Wireless coming to the market very soon. Like, I know that might be bold and it might be a very crazy guess guys, but I think that's what he's been testing this entire time. Just think about it a little bit here. If you were testing out a mouse like the G Pro Wireless for example, that mouse obviously has a very unique shape. Like, it's ambidextrous, so both of the sides are mirrored, and it's got that sort of way, it's just a very unique shape. If you were testing that out and you did end up enjoying the mouse, enjoying the size, you'll all have to admit you would get very adjusted to it. And I think that's exactly what's happened to Zexrow right here. I think he's been using this mouse for so long, he's just got so accustomed to that shape and feel, he wants to experience it again. That in my opinion is why he decided to choose the G Pro Wireless to return to, rather than picking his Logitech G Pro Hero. If Logitech as well were to make a mini version of this mouse, that to me would make sense for their next release, because if you think about it, with the mouse market right now, all of these big companies like Final Mouse, Glorious, and Razer, all of those mouse companies are making small factor mice, or rather mini versions of their previous mice. Like if you take a look at the Razer Viper, they made a mini version for that. For the Glorious, they made a mini version for that. And then if you look at Final Mouse, they made the Ultralight 2, which is essentially a mini version of the Air 58. So clearly there is a trend going on, and if Logitech were to jump on that, which I definitely think they would, the Logitech G Pro Wireless is the mouse I think they'd choose to have that as a mini variant. I know it's very small already, well I'd say it's medium, but I think they could make it smaller if they really wanted to. But yeah guys, that is sort of me just making some wild guesses, like I could be wrong here, but how everything's panned out with Zexrow, I think that's possibly what's happened. I could be wrong, I could just be an absolute clown right now, but I just want to share what I'm thinking. So if you appreciate that guys, be sure to drop a like and let me know in the comments below what you think. If Logitech were to bring out a new mouse, do you think they could make a mini version of the G Pro Wireless? Or do you think that that mouse is already small enough? I'd love to know all of your thoughts in the comment section below. But yeah, that's Zexrow's new mouse. Let's now move on to Martoz's new stretched resolution. So for Martoz's new Res, he was previously playing on 1798 by 1080. I know most of you will know this already if you have been a fan of Martoz, as this is the exact Res he's been playing on and off for quite a while. Like I think ever since the old stretched resolution got nerfed. But that resolution guys that he has been using for so long, that isn't his current one anymore as he switched to a new one. The new one that he is using is just a slightly lowered variant of that previous one, and it's 1720 by 1080. Which by the way, if you didn't know already, that's just a higher quality version of 1440 by 900. I believe this is the resolution that he was playing with in his previous video where he reached 50,000 points in Arena. I could be wrong, but it definitely looks like that res to me. And he did sort of confirm it on Twitter, so there's that as well. But yeah guys, I definitely recommend that you all try this out if you either just fancy a change in general, or if you do want a slight performance boost in Fortnite. By using 1720 by 1080 guys, you will get both of those by trying it out like 100%. Like firstly, it does make your game look completely different, and secondly, you will get a huge performance boost because obviously you are on a lower resolution. If you do want to try that out though guys, I recommend checking out my stretched resolution tutorial in the description below. Just watch that guys and it'll show you everything you have to do to get it set up. It's super easy. That is Martoz's new stretched resolution though guys. Let's now move on to our final update of today, Bugha's new mouse and wall keybind changes. So starting off with Bugha's new mouse change, for this guys, Bugha has now decided to stop using the Logitech G703. If you guys didn't know already by the way, that mouse right there was the one he was previously testing out when looking for a heavier mouse, but that testing did only last a few days, as today he's went back to his favourite mouse of all time, the Final Mouse Air 58 Ninja. It's quite funny actually that it is called Final Mouse, as to Bugha, I feel like this is his final and only mouse, to be honest. I mean, do you blame him when he did end up winning the World Cup with that mouse? Like, you would just stick with it for life. But yeah, I don't believe Bugha did say exactly why he returned back to it, but if I was to guess, like, I can only assume it's because he's so used to that Final Mouse. Like, if you think about it, he's been using it ever since release, and again, he did win the Fortnite World Cup with it. If we all quickly just put our feet in Bugha's shoes right here, you can sort of imagine how difficult it would be to fully switch over to another mouse, especially with having so much history with that one. I don't know about you guys, but I would find that so difficult. He did make the attempt though to switch it, which is amazing in itself. Like, fair play to Bugha for even trying a new one out. He didn't have to, he could have just been easily content with his Final Mouse, but he did make that attempt to try something new. That to me, it shows that he's still so hungry after so many years and so many accomplishments. It just shows how hungry Bugha really is to improve at the game. Like, if he thinks that his mouse is slightly holding him back in any sort of way, he won't be afraid to switch it out and try something new, as we've all seen. That is Bugha's new mouse though guys, or well, not new, but the one that he's returned to. Let's now move on and check out the new wall bind that he's got set up. So for Bugha's new wall bind guys, he's actually done a very slight change. All Bugha's literally done here guys is he stopped using the switch mode. Now instead of using that switch mode keybind, Bugha has decided to use the mouse button 5, that's his side button, to place his walls. As of right now, I don't think he has fully switched over to it being a sole keybind by itself. I'm pretty sure as we speak it is just a secondary mouse bind, because as far as I'm aware, his wall is still bound to 2x. But in regards to his quick switch bar keybind, it looks like Bugha's just got rid of that completely. If you didn't know already, by the way, Bugha has been using the quick switch bar since the start of Fortnite, and I think now he's decided to finally get rid of it. In my opinion, I think this is such a smart move because the keybind itself isn't very useful. Like, if you want to switch to either your building keybinds or weapon keybinds, you can just press these specific keybinds for them. You really don't need to press a specific keybind that allows you to switch between those two. Like, if you want a certain building keybind, just press that specific bind, and if you want a specific weapon keybind, just press the specific slot. I find it myself like quite an outdated setting, and I just don't think it's necessary at all, so good on Bugha for finally changing that out. But yeah guys, that's Bugha's new wall keybind, and actually all of the updates I've got for today. If this video was helpful in any way guys, be sure to let me know by leaving a like on it, subscribing to the channel, and using Codelife in the Fortnite item shop to support me directly. By doing either one of those three, you'll be all help me out a ton, and it really would be appreciated. That's all from me though guys, thank you all so much for watching, hope you all have a great day, peace.